Thank you all for coming. It's nice to see you. As Jennifer mentioned, I create unique books for these readings. This is a book that I wrote over the last few days by hand in a single draft for this occasion. And this will probably be the only time I ever read it, so I'm very happy to share it with you all. I think Bill and I are thinking about some of the same themes these days. This one's for my mom. It's called "The Existence of Yesterday Implies That Today is Tomorrow." The alarm goes. I drag myself out of bed, stagger over to the window, open the curtain, and yay! Another uniformly overcast late winter morning. I hit the light, start the coffee, turn on my computer, and sit back down. Outside, a little bird goes about his business despite the weather, and there's something poetic about it that I can't quite put my finger on because, frankly, I'm having a hard time giving a shit these days. I haven't felt like being poetic so much since my mother died. But I don't want to dwell on that. I've got plenty of work to do, and it's probably best that I keep myself busy. So I stretch my arms, crack my knuckles, open up my email, and what the hell is dying exactly anyway? It's just this word that's been totally neutralized by its overuse. Like, oh man, my buddy sent me this meme, and when I read what the one sheep said to the other sheep, I fucking died. Or, dude, I can't wait until you hear this new Kendrick Lamar track. You're gonna die. Ha 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 ha. Of course, it's all fun and games until that moment when you slip on the ice, wrench your back, and then in midair you suddenly realize that people really do literally die. And then you start thinking about it again. What am I supposed to believe has happened here? That my mother has somehow just stopped existing? And in what way is this even possible? Her body was still there after she died. Her mind was already long gone before she died. Her spirit, I'm not sure I ever believed in that to begin with. So what, if anything, has actually changed? What does death even mean? Oh, right, Jason, like you're really going to answer that one. I know I should just get back to work, but my head's not in it. Maybe I'll pour some more coffee, play a couple of games of online chess, or do a trivia quiz or two, just to relax, turn my mind off a little bit, try to ease myself into the day, keep myself from spiraling into more questions like, what does anything even mean? And what's the point of doing anything at all? And why did these issues all feel so much more resolved a few weeks ago? Did things really have any more meaning when my parents were still alive, or was the idea of them being there just insulating me from the problem? Did they just provide me with barely enough of an abstract notion of context and moral framework that I was free to not think about it? And now, I am the poorly drawn context, the cheaply built moral frame. I am my own shaky alibi. I remember when I was younger, and I was first exposed to the idea that meaning is something we make for ourselves. I thought, well, this is great. I think I'll just make myself a meaningful little sandwich, take a meaningful shower, and maybe later on it will mean something when I play my guitar. Life was easy. I didn't think about whether my little meanings and everyone else's little meanings would mean something together. But now, I find myself in this world where we don't collectively believe in anything anymore. Not God, not science, not even capitalism. And both my parents have gone and died on me, and suddenly I'm supposed to be part of the generation that has the answers. Am I supposed to be playing a role in the development of collective ideas about meaning? Is that the kind of thing I should be thinking about at my age? Because I feel like I'm just this fragile thing hurtling through space, and God damn it! The neighbors have just pushed their clothes dryer directly up against my wall, and I don't know where I'm supposed to find the time, the space, or the quiet in which to ask myself what is my personal responsibility to existence. You know what I could do that I haven't done in a while? I could play a game of Tetris. Maybe that would chill me out, put me in a groove where I could organize my thoughts a little better. Then after that, I could check and see if I've missed anything on social media in the last hour or two. It's okay if I don't get it together today. I'm grieving. I should be gentle with myself. Besides, there's no point getting all bent out of shape about meaning. It's not like that problem is going anywhere. I don't even really believe that's what's eating away at me. So what is it that I'm sitting here trying so hard to avoid right now? Am I just afraid that I'm not ready to be a grown-up? Because I'm walking around with a head full of gray hair, and I still haven't sorted out my citizenship or my health insurance. I don't know how to fix anything in my apartment. I can't even make myself remember to use the supermarket coupons in my wallet before they expire. I don't have a house, a family, a steady job. I am basically a child. Is that why I burst into tears last night when I saw that banking commercial with the little kid and the puppy? I don't even know how I would feed a puppy. Here we are, all sliding into the abyss of eternal darkness, and what am I supposed to have done all this time? Just make more money? Or maybe I should have just kept drinking, kept the blinders on, accelerated into the curves. Or better, does anybody want to come over sometime and get me high and hold me while I listen to Janis Joplin records? Man, okay, I'm really tumbling again. I think I need to put on my sneakers and go for a run. Now imagine a brief montage of me heroically outrunning my blues in laps around the Jardin de Luxembourg. A brisk air enlivening my lungs, the almost spring light splattering my hair, my pace quickening, feet landing more assuredly as I go, and I'm back. And everything makes sense now. I think all I'm trying to say is that I want to live as richly and fully as I can, and I'm sure that's what my mom would want for me too. I mean, as long as we're all being conveyor belted into a bottomless vat of nothingness, I don't want to just wait politely in the line. I want mosh pits, wild flowers, moonlit makeouts. But how best to act on this? I suppose I could make an effort to travel more, sign up for a dating app, take my guitar down to the corner bar and play the old songs one more time, scream my heart out into a $15 microphone. Sure, all those things. Why not? But these are fleeting gratifications. I'm already feeling like I'm running laps around them. How do I organize a life so that it serves the glorious cause of maximizing itself? Pity, I have no kids to pass the problem down to. No fortune with which to take up philanthropy or establish a foundation for the purpose of looking into the matter. And yet, I feel compelled to make something last, to leave something behind, to defy, in some small way, my mortality, and my mother's, and my father's, and that of some ancient story of ribonucleic entanglements that has somehow wound its way down into my hands. I fear, after all the years I've already put in, that my best chance of doing this is to become increasingly serious, increasingly earnest about my writing. But how am I going to fashion myself into a translator of the great mystery, a crafter of the verse that will outsing death, when I can barely express the tragic ballet of the molecules failing to remain connected in the leg of my desk chair. Or the lyrical deconstruction represented by a distant cluster of swirling gases performing to no audience on the other side of space. Much less the futility of all the poems and songs I wrote for that lover while we spent countless nights trying unsuccessfully to merge our bodies in celebration of their ostensible purpose. Christ, I can hardly even bring myself to just fucking say that I miss my mom. I wonder what my dad would tell me to do. He always managed to hold it together during difficult times, to maintain a solid presence, to convey his bedrock of values, and somehow he never seemed to feel the overwhelming need to say anything fancy about it or extrapolate it to the scale of the cosmos. He was one of those old school selfless types who worked his whole life just taking care of others, never asking anything in return. He weathered all the hardships life threw at him, more than I'll likely ever know, without ever losing his balance, while continuing to work and to give the whole entire time. Can I really be someone like that? Is it even still possible? In this economy? These days, I know people working 50 hours a week who don't feel like they can afford to give you a cigarette. And even if I feel certain that I'm ready to give my entire life to others, where do I give it? To charity? To my friends? To a relationship? What if I muster all my humility, all my love, all my endeavor, and offer it to someone, and they don't even want it? Because I assure you, shit like that is going down out here in the wild west of human interactions. Maybe I should check my messages again. See if anybody's thinking of me. See if anyone wants to hang out tonight. I should really try to put all this out of my mind for a little while. I should do something fun, do something to take care of myself. I can always think about all this stuff tomorrow. Tomorrow's great. Tomorrow's a natural habitat for hope. The past is gone. The present is gone. But tomorrow remains pristinely in the realm of theory. Tomorrow doesn't suck yet because things can't suck until they happen. Tomorrow the weather is gorgeous. Tomorrow is any length of time. Tomorrow everything is equally true. Tomorrow doesn't exist, so tomorrow nobody has died. Tomorrow we have resources we haven't even imagined yet. So tomorrow is something we can design and build with total creative freedom. Hell, tomorrow, we could even rewrite today. And I take enough courage from this that I can make myself go to sleep tonight, even with nothing resolved, even with the dark cloud circling, even if I'll probably wind up sleeping alone. You know, it's just my luck. I fell for someone who's always saying that she can't imagine the future. I'm sorry, I keep telling her. I really am. But right now, the future's all I've got. Thank you.